My name is Michael Martinez. I'm a locksmith. Used to be a cop. Thought I'd seen everything. Until one night at 1 a.m., my wife's boss texted me from her phone. The message said, "She's occupied now. She'll call later." I stared at it for a full minute. Then I read it again, hoping there was some innocent explanation. But there isn't a version of occupied that makes sense at 1 in the morning when the text comes from your wife's boss. So I typed back, "No need. You can have her. We're done." Hit send. Rolled over. Knew sleep wasn't coming. 10 minutes later, pounding on my door. It was Rachel, my wife, and Dr. Gavin Price, her boss. Both in panic mode. She was crying. He was trying to talk over her. They looked like two people who'd just realized the house of cards had collapsed. I didn't open the door. Just let the chain hang. Listened while they begged, made excuses about a medical emergency. The only emergency I saw was their faces. By morning, my mom had already heard about Rachel's car being at the hospital all week. Small towns move fast. I didn't even try to deny it. By 8 a.m., the gossip was gospel. Later that morning, Rachel came back still in scrubs, still trying to talk. She said she was exhausted, fell asleep in her boss's office. That's why he used her phone. I laughed. You expect me to believe that? He just happened to text me from your phone at 1 a.m.? You think I'm stupid? She cried. Said she'd been lonely. Said we'd grown apart. I told her she'd made me lonely too. Then I told her to leave. When she did, I called my old partner Frank Sullivan, now a private investigator. Told him what happened. He said, "Guys like that always have patterns. Let's find proof." 3 days later, Rachel's friend Leah texted me. "We need to talk. It's about Rachel and Gavin. We met at a coffee shop." She looked guilty and terrified. She showed me screenshots from a group chat. The On-Call Club. It was doctors and nurses bragging about their conquests. And there was Gavin, my wife's boss, leading the whole thing. Writing things like, "Late shift scored me another point. Martinez's wife. Easier than I thought. Husband's a locksmith." Ironic he can't lock down his own marriage. My stomach turned. That wasn't cheating. That was hunting. Leah told me it had been going on for years, and my wife wasn't the only one. She sent me all the screenshots. Frank dug deeper. Within a week, he had a folder full of HR complaints. 8 different women across 3 hospitals, all silenced with confidential settlements. The hospitals knew. They just didn't care. Then came the call I didn't expect. Gavin's ex-wife, Sophie Price. She said, "I heard you're digging into Gavin. Meet me. I have proof. We met at a diner." She slid me a flash drive. "Everything's on here," she said. He keeps records, photos, videos, messages, even a spreadsheet rating every woman. I took copies before the divorce. It hit me. Gavin wasn't just cheating. He was documenting his victims. Sophie wanted justice. "Use it," she said. "Make sure he can't hurt anyone else." So we planned. The hospital was about to hold its annual charity gala. Gavin was being honored as Healer of the Year. That's when it clicked. Why not let him reveal himself in front of everyone? I had keys to the hospital's AV system. I installed the locks. I knew every access point. Frank lined up reporters. Leah coordinated with the victims. Sophie built a 12-minute presentation. Screenshots, recordings, the spreadsheet, everything. The night of the gala, I wore my old wedding suit. The place was packed. Donors, doctors, board members. Gavin walked in like royalty, smiling, ready to accept his award. When he took the stage and started his speech about compassion and integrity, I hit the trigger. The lights dimmed. The screen behind him lit up. First slide, the On-Call Club group chat. His name right at the top, crown emoji and all. Then the messages. Then his voice loud and clear over the speakers. "Martinez's wife. Easier than I thought." The room froze. Then gasps. Then silence so heavy you could hear the AC hum. More screenshots. Then his spreadsheet. 47 names, dates, ratings. Every woman reduced to a number. Rachel was near the front. When her name flashed across the screen, she crumbled. People stared. Phones came out. The media recorded everything. Gavin tried to speak, shouting that it was all fake, taken out of context. I stepped out of the AV booth and took the mic. "My name is Michael Martinez," I said. "That's my wife he's talking about." And what you're seeing is his own documentation, his words, his records, his truth. Security escorted him off stage as the crowd erupted. Some yelled. Some cried. The presentation finished, exactly 12 minutes long, and when the lights came back up, no one clapped. By morning, the news was everywhere. Dr. Gavin Price, suspended under investigation. The hospital scrambling to explain. Reporters outside his house, HR statements, lawyers, chaos. Rachel lost friends, maybe her job. But she finally saw what Gavin really was. She called me, begged me to stop the video before it leaked online. But truth doesn't delete that easily. Sophie vanished quietly, finally free. Laya moved away. Frank went back to work. As for me, I changed my locks, sat in silence for the first time in months. I didn't do it for revenge. I did it for truth. Because sometimes the only way to break a system built on lies is to turn on the lights and let everyone see. They thought they could lock me out. But they forgot I'm the one who makes the keys. Thanks for watching.